Hello friends, I am Dr. Fatima and you are watching the MomSchool. Today I am going to share a video about how to engage your children when they are at home. Right now the coronavirus scare is going on all the most of the offices and schools are closed. So sometimes it makes the children feel very bored and it's a challenge for parents too. So today I am sharing my experience how my girl is engaging herself who is 6 years old right now. I'll make another video for how I engage with my toddler. So let's get started. So I'm going to share 6 important activities which you can do with your children, which your child can do. The first one being, you must have heard about Montessori method of education. I follow different ideologies of education since I have been into education industry for a long time, and I am quite influenced with Montessori approach as well. In that, the focus is on practical life activities even in classrooms. So when they are at home, we have got the time to kind of teach them these practical life activities, because in school days kids are always rushing to schools, to hobby classes. This is the time when you can actually focus on practical life activities if you haven't been focusing before. So what kind of practical life activities and what are practical life activities? Practical life activities are those day-to-day chores or activities which children must know to lead their life, to run their life smoothly, or which you do at your home to keep it running smoothly. So helping in kitchen, in preparing dishes, in setting the table, cleaning up, all these kinds of tasks, loading the washing machine, laundry, etc. So don't think it's kind of down market or something to let your kids do this, because this is very important for their fine motor skills, for their focus, for their hand-eye coordination. So get them to help you in chores and assign them some chores which they can do and assist them in that or supervise them. So that will be really helpful for them. And plus, above all, it will give a nice bonding time between you and children. Coming to the next activity, at the beginning of the year, I gifted a diary to my child and she loves it. It's called Her Journal. You can help your child decorate it if you want, and she can do whatever she wants in it, or he. So my child sometimes loves to write her day-to-day experiences. She asks me for spellings since she's in first grade. She was in first grade, now has been promoted to the second. She asks me spellings and she writes her feelings about her day-to-day experiences. That increases her vocabulary and her sentence formation skills. Plus she can make sketches or do any scribbling, whatever she likes. That also enhances fine motor skill and builds concentration. So go for it. The third activity is DIY science projects. Now this, I have ordered Flinto box earlier in the year when it was on sale. So because of her exams, we were not able to open 2 boxes. So now we have backlog of activities with us which we are doing. She has recently built a nice ecosystem, a volcano, these kinds of things. I'm really impressed by Flinto box. I'll be sharing the review later. But you can go for DIY science projects or art and craft activities with your kids. They are easily found on Google. You can search for homemade volcanoes, etc. Age appropriate. Go for it. Kids really enjoy these kind of new things which they don't do in class usually. The next activity is pretend play or open-ended play. That means the kids can pretend to be a doctor or a beautician or an engineer or an astronaut or whatever they want, and they will be playing and they will be making stories. That enhances their creativity. Even a wooden spoon can work as a sword. It all depends on their imagination. Just give them day-to-day things or some play sets if they have. Sit with them if they don't want to, and you can become the patient, they can become the doctor, and it will start. So encourage pretend play. That really encourages their imagination, social skills, emotional intelligence, and vocabulary building. And it is always better than those flashy toys which come in market. It is really good for their brain development. Let them make stories and be a part of it. Next is responsibility taking. That means usually we are in a rush, so we can't emphasize that much on cleaning up after they make mess and these sort of things. So now we have all the time in the world, so teach them to clean up after themselves. That's very important. It's a part of chores, but I'm treating it differently in a separate category because I place a lot of importance on that. That really teaches them responsibility. More you can give them a plant or sow a seed and ask them to take care of it. They can water plants. That also develops a sense of responsibility and develops a connection between with nature. And that's really important for kids as well, for developing calmness and patience in their personalities. And the last point is self-care. Teach them to take care of themselves. It's very important to take care of hygiene these days. Teach them how to wash their hands properly, brush their teeth properly, how to comb their hair properly, how to clean their ear with a Q-tip or with an earbud. These sort of things which we cannot emphasize much on busy school days. It's the time to focus on these things so they know the importance of self-love and self-care as well. And plus, don't ignore the TV. I mean, you should not completely stop it. For us in our home, it's only for the cartoons are reserved for Saturdays. But now, since it's you can say sort of holidays, so I have allowed her to watch movies every alternate days, so she can choose a movie to watch. That really helps them keep engaged, and that's also a part of growing up. You know that if your child likes to read, always encourage reading as a habit. Have a family reading time. That really helps in bonding, vocabulary building, and all other skills. You can play some oral games such as word games. We play word building game in which I have to say a word, and the kid has to, like, suppose if I say 10, you must be knowing that, and the last letter is N, so the child has to say a word with starting with N. That's why we build a word building, these kind of oral games, and name place animal thing kind of thing which we used to play when we were little. That also creates general awareness, that increases their general knowledge, builds their vocabulary, and above all builds a family time and a bonding time. So, guys, take care, stay safe, remember each other in your prayers, and happy parenting. Bye bye, take care, and don't forget to subscribe.